so we're doing vector calculus here, differentiation, worked examples. It's just going to be straight up grunt work here. Now, the rule we're going to follow is really straightforward. If some vector function with respect to t is equal to a function with respect to ti plus a function with respect to tj plus a function with respect to tk, then r dot t will be equal to f dash ti plus g dash tj plus h dash tk. Really straightforward. And r double dot t will be equal to f double dash ti plus g double dash tj plus h double dash tk. Let's do a worked example. So here's our first example, pretty straightforward. You can see r with respect to t, here's a function I, plus here's another function j. So we're going to do r dot with respect to t. Now the derivative of 20t is 20. And the derivative of 15t minus 5t squared is 15 minus 10t. Put that all in brackets, j. Alright, so there's r dot. What about r double dot with respect to t? Now, the derivative of 20 is 0, so that's going to be 0i, which means that I don't need to put 0i in at all. Now, this bit here, 15 minus 10t, the derivative of 15 is 0, the derivative of negative 10t is negative 10. That plus is a bit superfluous, and my final answer here is r double dot t equals negative 10j. Probably doesn't make sense to put it there, right? Alright, so just shift that over. Let's do our second example here. Two differences. We've got trig functions in here, and that's not going to change anything. And then we're in 3 dimensions with a k value. That's not really going to change any of our rules either. Alright, so the derivative of cos t is negative sine t. Oh, I really should say what I'm doing, shouldn't I? Alright, so the derivative of r with respect to t is negative sine ti. Now the derivative of negative sine t is negative cos t j. And the derivative of 5t is 5, and we're left with 5k. Alright, the derivative of negative sine t, well, I've already done that once before. Oh, sorry, let's do what we're doing here. Double dot t. Alright, so negative cos ti. Now the derivative of negative cos is positive sine, so positive sine t j. And the derivative of 5 is 0, so I don't have to put in anything for our k value. And you can see we've lost our k value, or we've got 0k. Alright, so there's a second worked example. It's no different to what we were doing up here. You just need to know your derivative. Now this question is going to require you to know your derivatives, but then go a step further than that. So it says that there's our function, r with respect to t equals ti plus t minus 1 cubed plus 1 with respect to j. And they're asking you to find r dot a, what's a, and r double dot a, where r with respect to a equals I plus j. Alright, well we know how to find these first. So let's find r with respect to t, or r dot with respect to t, and r double dot with respect to t. So r dot with respect to t is going to be equal to the derivative of t, which is 1, so 1i. And the derivative of this, it's going to be 3t minus 1 squared. The 1's going to vanish, the derivative of that 0 with respect to j. Alright, and then we have r double dot with respect to t. The I is going to go away here, and then it's going to be 6t minus 1 with respect to j. Alright, now we haven't got our answer yet, right? Now, let's go back to the start here. R, no dots, so it's referring to this function here. And it says R, A, some unknown A, equals I plus j. In other words, at what time, or when is our parameter giving this function a value of I plus j? So to write it as an equation, it looks like this. R with respect to some unknown A is equal to AI plus A minus 1 cubed plus 1j. Should have a bracket there. Alright, now all I've done is taken that function and replaced A, here, here, and here. And we're told that when that happens, it's going to be equal to I plus j. So what value would A have to be? Well, let's just explore it a little bit. AI equals, so this component equals this component. AI equals I. Therefore, a equals 1, right? We better just double check and make sure it makes sense there. A minus 1 cubed plus 1 equals j. Oh, there should be a j in there. Now, what happens if I put 1 in there? 1 minus 1 cubed would be 0 plus 1. 1j equals j. Yeah, it works there too. So, therefore, a equals 1 because it works in both of those. What was the question asking us? Find r dot a and r double dot a. Alright, so I can do that now. So r dot a is going to be equal to putting a in to this function here. So it's going to be I plus 3. Now we know that a is equal to 1, so I'll put that in there. Squared j. Okay, when I do that, I get a value of I, and then 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 squared times 3 is 0. So I lose my j value completely. Alright, so r dot a, where a is equal to 1, is equal to I. What about r double dot? 1, because remember we're subbing in 1 for a, because that's what a is. Alright, so here we get 6 bracket 1 minus 1 j. Oh, interesting. 6 times 0, we get 0. No acceleration at all, or no second derivative at all when a is equal to 1. Now I find that question really confusing, so I'm just going to do one more that's pretty much like that. So same sort of question here, just an exponential's in there, but we know how to derive them. I'm going to do it in a different order though. Instead of finding the derivatives first like I did here, I'm going to instead find that mysterious a value, and then once I know the a value, I'll calculate those derivatives. Doesn't matter what order I do it in. So here we are, we have r to the a equals e to the a I plus e to the a minus 1 cubed plus 1 j, which equals I plus j, which is what we're told in the question. Now, that means that e to the a I equals just plain old I. In other words, e to the a must be equal to 1. Now, what could, therefore, e to the a equals 1? Now, what would a have to be for that to be true? Well, a would have to be 0, wouldn't it? E to the 0 is equal to 1. Now, I could probably just stop here, right? Because there's only one answer for I. That means that a has to be that. And I'm told that at RA, it's I plus j, so I probably don't have to do this. I'm going to do it anyway, because I should probably just check to see that if I put 0 in there, it also spits out the number 1. Alright, so I've just written it out there. I haven't put in the j's, but I don't really need to. I just need all of that to equal 1. Alright, and e to the 0 is 1. 1 minus 1 cubed is 0. Plus 1 is 1. 1, 1, check. Yep, okay, it works. My a value is 0. Now I'm going to find those derivatives. So our first derivative, r dot a. Now the derivative of e to the t, you should know, is just e to the t. And the derivative of this, we're going to bring the 3 out the front, and then bring the derivative of what's in the brackets out the front. So we're going to end up with 3 times e to the t, bracket, what's in the brackets, e to the t minus 1. Decrease the power by 1, squared. And then this plus 1, we don't need that. And j here. Now that I know what r dot a is, and I know that a is equal to 0, let's test that and see what we get. I really shouldn't have put a there, because I haven't started dealing with a yet. So it's r dot t, which is what our function was. Alright, r dot 0. Let's see, if I put e to the 0 there, plus 3 e to the 0 there, e to the 0 minus 1 squared j. What will I get? E to the 0 is 1, so I get I here. 3 times 1 is 3. And then e to the 0, 1 minus 1 squared. All of that becomes 1 minus 1, which is 0. 0 squared, so I get 0. 3 e to the 0 times 0, that cancels out. I don't get anything there. So, I finally have r dot 0 equals I. The end. Now I need to find r double dot. Alright, so I'm finding the derivative of this now. So, e to the t, the derivative of e to the t is e to the t. Alright, that's interesting. And the derivative here, it's a really tricky one because it's a product rule. We've got a function times a function here. Now, I don't want to do the product rule right now, so I'll just jump through it really fast. u v dash, that's going to be 6e to the t minus 1 to the power of 1. And then u dash v, so 3e to the t, that's going to be 3e to the t times v is going to be e to the t minus 1 squared, and all of that to the power of j. Now all of that's pretty unexciting though, because once we put 0 in here, we get e to the 0, which is 1, so we get 1i, and then if we put e to the 0, e to the 0, e to the 0, this bracket here controls everything, because if I go e to the 0, I get 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, so all of that becomes 0. If I got e to the 0 squared here, I get 0 here. 0 times that is 0. No j value. 0 equals I. Alright, that's about as far as I want to go in this video. It's getting long enough. There's plenty of other stuff we can do with differentiation. Anything that you've done outside of vectors, you can do now with vectors. We'll look at some more of those in another video.